Hello, parents. Welcome to the Masterful Parenting Podcast. I'm Anne Alvares, parent coach, school counselor, and mom of two. Do you struggle with your relationship with your kids because you carry childhood pain? Do you get triggered by your child's behavior, become irrational, and maybe even yell at your children? Maybe you want to be a better parent, but you don't know how. Instead of repeating old patterns, you want to heal your pain, become more aware of your child's needs, feel connected to your kids, and learn the tools to communicate better so you can truly enjoy your parenting. If you are ready to heal your childhood pain, raise healthy, connected, and happy kids, and end the cycle of parenting with pain, then join me. Our kids deserve it, and we can do this. Let's go. Hello, parents. Welcome to the School of Humankind webinar on what is relational parenting. I'm so excited to offer this webinar for you parents so that we can truly learn what is relational parenting and how effective it is in changing our parenting. Let me get the slideshow up. Okay, here it is. Relational parenting. Okay. All right. First, about me. My name is Anne Alvares. I am a parent coach, a teacher, and a school counselor, high school counselor. So I work with teens for over 16 years. And I'm also the mom of two boys, ages 25. Actually, he's 25 now, and 14. My passion is to help parents to break the cycle of their childhood, what was unhealthy in their childhoods, and learn how to be relational parents. So what is relational parenting? Okay, relational parenting is an approach that emphasizes building strong, positive relationships between parents and children. And it focuses on understanding our children's needs, their emotions, their perspectives, point of view, and fostering open communication in creating a supportive environment. And this approach encourages parents to be empathetic and to model healthy relationships and to prioritize emotional connection over strict discipline. Now, what are the principles of relational parenting? Okay, so first off is connection. So connection is prioritizing an emotional bond with your child and spending quality time together. I was saying to one parent that if we cannot actually foster connection if we don't spend time with our children. So we have to make it a priority, even though we're busy, to have bonding time together. So for me, it's Sundays. Sundays is my bonding time with my boys, and we do things together. Maybe we'll eat out, or I'll make a special meal, or we'll play some games together, maybe basketball, depending on what the weather's like. We have Sundays, and that is our day to bond and to spend quality time together. And then communication. So we are encouraging open, honest dialogue. And we're going to listen actively. That means we're going to listen so that we understand what our child is saying. And we foster empathy. So we're understanding that maybe they're frustrated, maybe they're mad, maybe they're upset. We're trying to understand how they are feeling at the moment. And then respect, we're treating children as individuals that have their own thoughts and their own emotions. And we provide guidance. We provide support and guidance instead of trying to control them or trying to discipline, punish them. And we're helping our children to develop autonomy and decision-making skills. That is huge. If your children can learn decision-making skills, that is going to help them in their adult lives. So why does it work? Well, because relational parenting aims to nurture resilient, emotionally intelligent children who feel valued and understood. When we parent in a relational way, we are actually building confidence and we are filling up the emotional bank account so that our children are not looking to others to fill the emotional bank account, right? So they feel understood by their parents, they feel nurtured, they feel supported, and they feel loved. And that is why it is so powerful. So why do we struggle with it? Why do we struggle to parent relationally? Because our parents were not maybe relational. And therefore, we repeat the patterns of our childhood. We didn't have any role models of what relational parenting was. And so we're just learning. And a lot of times we default to what we grew up with instead of learning a new way, a better way of parenting. Uh, we think our children should be doing certain things, and we feel like we should be controlling them if they're not doing things the right way. Maybe we're over directing them, or we're not listening to their thoughts, their opinions. And also society is at fault because society has always conditioned us to get control of our emotions, get control of our children when they are tantruming. They blame parents for their children showing emotion, tantruming, being angry. But actually, expressing emotion is healthy. When we repress our emotions, it can lead to depression and other mental health issues, anxiety, etc. So we have to express our emotions because we're human beings, and we have emotions. And if we don't express them, they will come out in another way, maybe a physical way, maybe a mental health issue way. So actually expressing our emotions is healthy, and we want to do that. Okay. And also we get triggered from our own childhood experiences. So maybe we didn't feel respected by our parents. So then when our kids do something like not listening to us or um, screaming, then we get triggered because they're expressing strong emotion. And we were not allowed to do that in our childhoods. And we have to know what our triggers are. So it's important that we look back and see, well, what was my experience like with my parents? And how do I break the cycle so that I'm not repeating that with my children? Okay. And also, we have a deep biological need for connection. Honestly, it's the truth. From the moment that we're babies, we latch on to our moms, right, for feeding, and we latch on to our parents. We cry for their love and their attention and for our needs. So the theory of attachment, Dr. Gordon Neufeld says attachment bonds. Attachment theory suggests that humans have an innate need to form strong emotional bonds with their caregivers. And these attachment bonds serve as a source of emotional security and provide a foundation for the child's sense of trust and safety. So when we are nurturing the attachment, nurturing the emotional connection with our children and our babies, then we are providing safety and trust. Okay, and that Gordon Neufeld is from where I am, and he wrote a very good book called Hold On to Your Kids, Why Parents Need to Matter More Than Peers. And that is about connection, because when we're connected to our children, their peers are not going to be the biggest influence in their lives. You will be. Okay. So how do we communicate relationally? Okay, this is really tough because if you have not, you grew up uh, with parents who were not relational and didn't communicate in a relational way, it's difficult to, it's not going to come naturally to you. So because it doesn't come naturally to you, I'm going to give you a formula. All right. We start with a feeling statement. We say, I love you, honey, very much. Or you know that I love you, right? I've said that with my son when he's in distress. And when we start with a feeling statement, then we are actually touching our children's hearts with that feeling statement. And then we listen. We say, okay, tell me what's going on. How are you feeling? What's making you upset? Why are you sad? Okay. And then we're seeking, we empathize and we seek to understand. So we're going to use an empathic statement like, oh, wow, yeah, that's frustrating. Or I understand how you're feeling. I know it's hard. Okay. Those are empathic phrases that we can use with our children. And then we offer support. How can we make things better? How can I help you to make it better? What do you think would work? Okay, we're inviting problem solving and we're offering support. Okay, this is relational. This is a relational conversation with our children that is impactful because we are connecting and we're inviting and we are empathizing all the things that we need to do to foster relationship. Okay, so parenting style. How do we change our parenting style so that we can become more relational? Okay, so first of all, we need to be aware of our triggers. Reflect on where it's coming from and what are your thoughts when you're having that trigger. So I'll give you an example. When my youngest child is upset, and he argued with me because he's a 14-year-old, so it's totally normal. And I'm doing a parenting teens workshop this week as well. Then I get triggered because I feel like he needs to respect me and not argue with me. He needs to listen to me. Okay. This is from my childhood because my parents expected me to listen to them and I could not voice my opinion or my concern. So to stop and say, okay, why am I upset about him arguing with me? Because it's coming from my childhood and it's coming from my childhood pain. My parents didn't listen to me and now he's not listening to me. So it triggers me, that pain point in my childhood. Okay. Okay. So now we know where it's coming from. So we have to slow down our emotional responses. Okay. We're not saying anything when we're in that moment of trigger because that we might say something that's actually damaging to the relationship. So we're going to slow it down and we're going to be really mindful and thoughtful of how we respond. Okay. And we're going to respond. Okay. We're going to respond. We're going to be asking ourselves, what does my child need right now? Okay. Because now you're not focusing on your pain. Now you're not focusing on, I didn't feel respected and now my child's not respecting me, which is the childhood pain that you carry. Now we're going to change the focus to our children. We're going to say, what does my child need right now? And how can I give it to him or her? Okay, so your child's angry, he's screaming, you pause, you slow everything down, and you ask yourself that question. What does my child need right now? And maybe they just need you to hear them. Maybe they just need to vent and complain. And maybe you just need to listen and not say anything, right? If we give our children what they need, they will calm down faster and regulate faster. Okay, so that's why we have to ask that question. And then find something good to say to your kids, right? Every day. This is fostering connection. Thank you for washing the dishes. Oh, I appreciate your help with clearing the table. Wow, you did an awesome thing at school today when you helped your friend, right? We're looking every day for ways that we can fill up, praise our children. because our children need praise. They need validation. If we don't get validation in our childhoods, then we're always looking for validation in our adult lives. And it's damaging. We should be getting the validation from our parents, and our children need it. They need it from us. Okay. So we have to practice listening and asking instead of directing. All right. I always say, ask, don't tell. Okay. Ask, don't tell. So, do you think you can help me with the dishes tonight? Do you think you could vacuum today? Honey, what about helping me with dusting? Do you think you have time to help me with that? All right, do you see how like that's a different, more relational way of making a request instead of directing? Oh, you need to do the dishes. You need to uh, vacuum today. You need to take out the garbage, right? That doesn't feel good to our kids. Nobody wants to be directed and controlled. Nobody. And that includes our children. But we grew up being, maybe many of us grew up with a lot of direction and a lot of control because our parents they came from the mind frame that we didn't know anything or our opinion didn't matter. And so we have to change that with our kids because asking is an invitation. And who doesn't want an invitation? Then you're getting buy-in without fighting. Okay. And then we also have to model the healthy relationships that we want to build with our kids. So we have to be healthy. We have to respond healthy. We can't be yelling. We can't be cursing. We can't be throwing things in the house. Like we have to model what is healthy so that our children can learn what is healthy. Right. Okay. So what is healthy? We don't know this because maybe we didn't grow up in a healthy home. So, in a healthy home, we need three things, and we need all three things. If one's missing, it's not healthy. So, in a family, in a home, everyone needs this. We need to feel seen, we need to feel heard, and we need to feel supported. So, seen means we're not ignored. Seen means you're acknowledged when you come home. People are happy to see you. Okay. That is seen. Heard means we want to know what your opinion is. You can speak your mind. You can tell us anything. This is unconditional love. You can tell us anything. You will always be loved. In this family, you will always be a member of the family. Doesn't matter what you say or what you've done. All right. So to be heard and then to feel supported. To feel supported is you have an idea. Maybe your child wants to try basketball, let's say, or volleyball. And your way of supporting is you say, that's a great idea. Okay. Do you want me to get you enrolled in a course? How do you want us to make that happen? Do you want to start playing together as a family? What would work? What would help? And again, we're relational. So we're asking our children, all right? We're not telling them or directing them. All right. So we need to feel seen, heard, supported. Every family needs it. Every family member needs that for our homes to be healthy. Okay. What about rules and boundaries? Can I still have rules and boundaries? I know this is like a misnomer, right? Because people think that because you're relational, you can't have rules and boundaries, but that's absolutely not true. You have to have boundaries. Actually, boundaries are healthy. And I'm going to be doing a workshop in the new year about why boundaries are healthy. But boundaries are actually healthy. But we do this in a relational way. We explain the why you can't hit your brother. You can't hit your brother because it hurts him. And in a healthy home, no one gets hurt. Everyone feels safe. If you have one person that is abusing or hurting another person in the family, now the home is not safe. If somebody is yelling, now the home is not safe. So we need to make the home safe. And that's why we have a boundary, right? With unhealthy behavior. And we're always giving the message that we love and care for them, even when they're behaving poorly or making bad decisions, right? like especially teenagers, and I will explain this week about sometimes they don't make good decisions. And it has to do with their development in the brain development, right? And the emotion, like the hormonal, what's going on, their biology, and also their brain development. But we have to still love our children. Our children should be allowed to make mistakes and grow from their mistakes. If we do not do that, then our homes are not healthy or relational. So it's so important that we give the message that, okay, you made a mistake and it's all right. Okay, I'm just going to share a quick story today. Just before I did the workshop, my 14-year-old called and said, Mom, is there any chance that you can pick me up because I forgot my markers at Dad's place, right? And Dad and I are separated. So I said, yeah, actually I can, but I have to be really, really quick because I have a webinar to do. And so I picked him up from school and dropped him off at his dad's. He picked up his board that he needed to bring and also the markers that he needed to bring for a project that he's doing. And I had a choice there, right? I could have gotten mad at him and said, well, I brought you the markers yesterday. How come you didn't put them in your backpack? I could have reprimanded him for that mistake, but I did not. I said, yes, you forgot. You made a mistake. I'm here to help you, right? That's the message. That's the support I'm talking about, parents. And then in the car, as I'm driving him, he was saying, oh, he was explaining to me the story of how come he forgot his markers, how he had taken them out of his backpack to put something else in, and then he forgot to put it back in. So I said, oh, okay, well, honey, maybe, do you think maybe you could get everything ready the night before, or maybe you can make a list of things that you need to put in your backpack and then check it before you leave, something like that. And I'm helping him, I'm guiding him. And because I didn't get mad, he was open to hearing what I had to say. He was like, yeah, Mom, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll try that, right? And what is he going to remember about me in that time? Is he going to remember that I screamed and yelled at him and made him feel bad because he made a mistake? Or is he going to remember that Mom came through and helped me? Mom gave me support, even though I made a mistake. And that's relational parenting, parents. We have to be there for our kids. Even if they make a mistake, it's okay. They will learn. We don't need to be in fear. The teenage brain is like overcharged. So they are going to forget things. And we have to be empathetic and helpful instead of crushing their spirits and getting angry with them. So that is my story for today. Okay, so for more support, parents, I have a masterful parenting course. It's 9 weeks long, a lesson per week. It's about 35-minute lesson. Some of them are shorter. And a weekly follow-up meeting to give you guidance and support. That is with me. I actually do a private coaching call with each of my parents during the course. So you're going to get some one-on-one with me to help you with your specific situation, specific needs. And you're also going to go through the video courses, the video lessons each week with a little bit of homework. Okay. So I'm really excited about the course. There's 3 components. One of them is to heal your childhood. So we're going to uncover what was in your childhood. So we don't repeat patterns because we have to be aware of what happened. So we can make a conscious effort not to repeat those patterns. And we're going to heal it. And then the second part is figuring out how to connect relationally with our children. And I will give you strategies for that. Okay. Even in the midst of an argument, you can still connect. Okay. And then we're going to learn to communicate relationally. How do we communicate relationally with our children so that we are bonding? We are not fighting each other. We're working together, right? Those are the three components. Heal your childhood, connect, learn how to connect, and learn how to communicate with our kids. Okay, and then you can check out the course on the School of Humankind website, and you can watch the replay of this webinar as well as other webinars from our amazing faculty at the School of Humankind library. All you have to do is register, and then you can go into the library at any time. And if you want a 30-minute free coaching call from me, you can email me at masterfulparenting@outlook.com, or you can direct message me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, any of those where I'm at, where my links are. All right. And I think everything is available on the School of Humankind as well. Okay. Thank you so much, parents. I'm going to just tell you about the upcoming webinar, which is December 12th at 10 a.m. And it's going to be about parenting teens. The teens and the toddler years are the hardest. And I'm doing a teen and toddler webinar with my fellow coach from India, Anjali Chopra. And we are just diving into how do we handle those two most challenging stages of development, teens and toddlers. So you're also welcome to join us for those. Okay. So now I'm going to take parent questions. I want to thank you, parents, for joining today. I hope that you got a lot of value and you have a better understanding of what relational parenting is, and that you have some tips that you can use right away with your kids. Okay, I'm going to stop the video and take questions now from your parents. But I just want to say thank you so much for joining this parenting webinar, and I hope to see you at the Parenting Teens on Thursday for the next webinar that I'll be doing. All right. Thank you so much, parents. Take care. Love to you all. If this podcast inspired, blessed, or changed you in any way, I would love for you to share this with your family and friends on your Instagram page and tag me at Masterful Parenting. And join my Masterful Parenting Facebook page or DM me for more parenting support. And I will meet you here real soon. Remember, be relational with your kids and you will see a change. Love to all you parents out there. Let's change the world one parent at a time.